Welcome to the Talking Sport Report podcast with Scotty and Ego.
Unbelievable!
Hello and welcome to the Talking Sport Report, where we talk about sport, recap the week each and every Sunday night. I do it with my best friend from high school, Mr. Scotty Scooters Hughes. How are you, mate?
Mate, what's happening? Happy Sunday night.
Very happy.
What an absolute weekend of sport. I know we say it every Sunday night, but my God, aren't you just getting excited? We're at the business end, and I feel like we have a lot to tackle and a hell of a lot to go over. And right now, I am frothing for it. I'm that excited you should feel these nipples.
Well, I do like that you are repping the Talking Sport Report podcast jumper, hoodie.
Yep.
You're repping that nicely, so I can't see the nipples, but I know they'd be very well covered and very warm under there. Now, we do have a stat to get to. We're going to talk about the cricket. There has been some milestones for the Aussies after what looked like a pretty glim-looking one-day international series against South Africa. We are recording this on Sunday night, so they are currently in the running. If you are listening to this back, you know the score, you know what happened, but we can pretty much say right now, Scotty, the Aussies are going to win the third. They lose the series, but what a fantastic match. We'll get to that a little bit later on. And we also want to touch on Scotty's erection for the EPL being back. Some interesting matches happening, and Scotty, your big man Postecoglou could be making a return. Where's he going? What's Scotty's thoughts? Find out later. And the comment club, we'll get to that, where we talk to you. If you've left any comments or dropped us an email through the week with any feedback, support, the whole lot. That's also where we're now putting our local legends. Basically, we want people to write in, tell us their great stories, their great yarns from their local sporting arena, so we can celebrate them on this podcast. There's been some crackers. We've got a couple more to share later tonight. But let's kick off with the NRL, because it has been an absolute week of incredible games.
Ripper results.
It started on Friday night, Scotty. Or technically started on Thursday night.
Well,
we don't consider that even a match. 40-0 drubbing for the Rabbitohs take the Dragons. Does anyone really even care? But the big matches started on Friday, with the Panthers and the Raiders, and then the Storm and the Bulldogs. And, mate, they did not let down. What were your thoughts on seeing both those cracking matches go through?
Ripper, absolute ripper of a Friday night for footy. Filthy, because I'm chasing the lead in tipping. I thought Penrith were an absolute certainty at one point.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? Even though I tipped Penrith, and I was praying to start the week 2 from 2, when that field goal attempt hit the upright and Canberra have just sprinted away to score the winner, I was actually quite happy with that, to be honest. It was nice to see. It was very nice to see. So what's that? It's back-to-back Golden Point losses for Penrith.
Unbelievable. And especially in the circumstances, if you didn't see the match, Cleary had a crack in just before the 80th to seal the win. He missed that under the post, on direction under the post, and hits the post, bounces down. Ethan Strange.
Strange.
He could be my new favourite player.
That prick's in everything.
He is such a good runner of the ball. He is going to be a gun of a player. And the best part about it, Scotty, for us is he's a New South Wales potential 5'8". Get him in the side now for next year. Just chuck him in there right now. Get him in the Kangaroos at the end of the year as well, just quietly.
He is that good at the moment. I'm certain he wrapped up 6 Man of the Match awards across games this weekend that he didn't even play in. He is a freak. And it's just, you know what? It just shows why they're sitting where they are. He is everything he touches. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard he actually pisses gold, pure gold. He's that good.
Yeah, that would make sense. I'm sure Ricky would teach him how to do that. Ricky's an absolute legend. It brings us back to this conversation we had last week, and I want to re-ask this question, Scotty, because it is an interesting question. Because, God, a week in rugby league can just be so different. Like last week compared to this week, where sides were and where they're now at, it is a world of difference. So after this weekend, now it's all wrapped up. Round 25's done. There are 2 rounds to go before we get into finals. You can smell it. Grand final. Who makes the grand final this year and who wins? Now, last week, where did you land? You were...
Did I say Melbourne?
Yeah, Bulldogs, I believe. Melbourne and Bulldogs.
I think so.
And I said Melbourne and I said the Roosters. So, I mean, you think about
What's your thoughts on that after the Roosters hemorrhaging 30 points against Para? Although we have often said in the past that Para do have a red-hot side, and when Moses is available, they are a different breed.
Isn't it funny? It's the exact same thing for the Roosters. Without Sam Walker, as the Eels were without Mitch Moses, they are terrible. Now, I think no matter what, if you lose a player of Walker's capabilities, considering he's been their architect and he's been, I know that, Sandon Smith and the like have got them to the point, but in the last few weeks, they've been absolutely smoking because of Walker. I think I heard the other day that in terms of try assists, if you go on average, because he hasn't played all the games this year, he has by far the highest average of try assists for the whole season. I think it's like 2 a game. And
You love
which
a
is
good
nuts.
stat, don't you?
I love a good stat. Love a good stat. So that shows you how good he is. So him going out early on, as soon as that happened, I'm like, this is all over. And they ran away with it. Now the Eels rocked up to play. The Roosters probably feeling like they would have just skated through. So, I mean, you still would think that they got a good shot against Melbourne next week. I'm not ruling them out, but I don't think I have them in that same spot. You know where I'm going to head now for my grand final this week?
What do you got?
I think it's going to be Storm versus the Raiders.
Okay.
I think the Storm still make it through. They're going to have the number 2 spot locked in, and they're going to get through. I think they'll get through week 1, no matter who they play, because it looks like the Panthers now are probably going to land outside the 4. So I think the Storm are guaranteed through to the grand final prelims. Yeah, and then make it the grand final. And I reckon the Raiders do the same thing. I reckon they're just too bloody strong. Where are you going?
Okay. So I'm going to disagree.
Good.
You've gone Storm versus Raiders.
Mhm.
I'm going to go Raiders versus Storm. I'm going to switch it up. Switch it up a little bit.
Wow, we really are switching up.
No, look, to be honest, I think you're right, only because I thought yourself, Penrith are on absolute fire before. I mean, last weekend, you lost in Golden Point. Shit can happen. But to watch them against Penrith, the way they just stuck with them. I still feel Penrith's got a fair bit of form in them. I mean, shit, they lost their first 6 games and look at them now.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's actually the first time I've actually noticed Canberra. I was naive. I thought they were there on a shit ton of luck, things like that. But they're just a team that wants to play together, that are there for everyone. And I'm still concerned that Fogarty's going to look at this ladder in a couple of weeks and go, fucking, what am I doing?
Yeah,
why am I going to Manly? Why am I leaving this for that? But then again, they didn't want him, did they?
Well, it could have just set for a good showdown if the 1v4 matchup, if Manly were to skate through in the 8, not to step on our top 8 prediction, but imagine if the Raiders end up playing Manly. Where does Fogarty's where does he just fly if that comes up?
It won't matter because you've got Ethan Strange there. He'll carry the workload anyway.
Mate, 18 wins out of 22 games. The Raiders are the real deal this year by a long stretch. They are killing it, aren't they?
Yeah. Just looking at it now, I don't even see him slipping up. I still think Storm are going to take it home. But it'll actually be a good game. I think it'll be something like a 22-18, but you'll be sitting at 18 all in the 78th minute.
All right.
And
you know where I'm going to go with this one, mate?
All right.
Because we've got a lot of people who love the milk. Go the milk. Canberra to win in the grand final. I reckon they're going to go up yours to tradition. We're going to get there, and we're going to do it for Ricky. Ricky, my man. Last week I was crying hard for the Roosters off the back of them having some form. Now, I feel for Raiders fans. Have I just put the mock on the Raiders now?
Oh, I think you have. You watch the Tigers come out and just turn one on now. You watch, they'll come out and just put fucking 40 on the Raiders, all because of you.
Did you see them tonight against the Cowboys? Wouldn't matter how far they're in front, they can just as quickly drip points through.
I couldn't believe
unbelievable.
that.
So you're going Storm win, and I'm
Yep.
going Raiders to win. This is a couple of rounds out from the finals. We'll see where we sit next week and whether our predictions are still on track for a win. Let's get to that though, mate. Let's get to this top 8 spot because we can kind of say that. I mean, are the Panthers even safe in 7th?
Well, yeah, because they're 3 points clear.
They
And
are.
to be honest, yeah. But you know, you said it
hard
yourself.
games, mate. They've got very 2 hard games.
They do, but you said it yourself. Is this a case where the Doggies limp into the finals off the back of how many losses? It could be. And then who they got in round 27? No, they got the Dragons. They should be sweet. Dragons are already on holidays. Except this week against Manly. They'll turn up.
The Panthers don't have the Dragons, do they?
Yeah, last round. Yeah.
Oh, they did too. Yes. Who plays the
down in
Sharks
Wollongong.
last round?
Nah, it doesn't matter. It's the Sharks. Doggies.
The Doggies. That's right. The Doggies have got it tough. So the Doggies, there's an absolute world where the Dogs lose 4 of their last games heading into the finals, which would just be unbelievable. They're going to lock up a top 4 spot, but they could be sitting 4th, which means they're playing the Raiders week 1.
Could you imagine if they lost their last 4 and then stormed through to win the grand final? Has that ever been done?
No,
shut up.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I don't know. It would definitely be a tough one to turn that around, right? In terms of losing 4 straight. I've heard of sides like the Knights a couple of years back winning like 10 straight into the finals, but you very rarely hear the way around. Yeah, when you go 4 and you lose 4 straight, it shows you how good they've been this year, Bulldogs, right? If they were to lose 4 straight and still make the top 4, like that's incredible.
It's ridiculous. Although, if they do lose their last 2, they're a chance of missing the 4. They're 4 points.
Yeah, it's a slim one. But it's definitely a slim one. It's just going to come down to for and against, right?
Yeah, so they're 4 points clear of Brisbane, who are in 5th, and Brisbane's got the superior for and against.
Yeah.
And they got the Cowboys next.
Yeah.
Knowing Brisbane, I honestly thought they were done and dusted. I said it a couple of weeks ago. With no Mem and Reynolds, that's them done. They're cooked. And then Walsh has just stepped up and absolutely delivered. And I guess justify why he's getting paid that kind of money.
That's valid.
Yeah.
So, finally doing something for his paycheck. It's very, very nice to see. But you've got to say, like, the Cowboys will get up for that match.
Oh, they will, for sure. Definitely. And where's it at? Is it in North Queensland or is it in Brisbane? It's in North Queensland. You know, you could have just ended everything there and told me they were playing in Queensland. I couldn't have argued.
No, I just let you just hang yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So go back to that. So the Panthers, there is a world that they don't make it. I guess to a degree. But you'd think they're going to win against the Dragons, at least have one win to put themselves into the final. So then who does take that 8th spot? We have got, after the Tigers, literally could not have fallen at the last hurdle any harder tonight, being up by 12 with like 19 minutes to go.
Conceded 3 tries in 5 minutes.
6. 3 tries. That was a disgrace. They probably deserve not to be there. The Eagles, the Dolphins, and the Roosters are all sitting there. The Roosters on 11 wins, the Dolphins and the Eagles on 10 apiece. You were worried about the for and against. The Roosters, 72, the Dolphins, 81, the Eagles, 4. But we have just spoken about before that there's a world where the Eagles go and put 30 points next week
on the Dragons.
On the Dragons, definitely. And there's a world that the Storm don't put 30 points on the Roosters next weekend down in Melbourne.
My concern is, so I went to Manly on Saturday, and in no way, shape, or form did I expect Manly to put 58 points on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But my biggest concern is at one point Manly led 58-12, and there was 18 minutes to go. They got up 58-30. Manly's defense is absolutely atrocious. My biggest concern is they come out and put 58 on the Dolphins, who aren't playing bad football, and will go down to Wollongong, where they've struggled in the past, and the Dragons will just absolutely tear Manly a new one.
You reckon?
And that will, as a Manly fan, you've got to, you know yourself as a Knights fan, you don't ever come in with much hope. Like, I've had no hope since like
I don't even know what
2011.
hope is.
Yeah, exactly right.
I only know
exactly
despair,
right.
anger, frustration, and how to switch the TV off after 3 minutes of a game. That's all I know.
Exactly. So I'm sticking to my guns and I'm ruling Manly out of an 8th spot.
Interesting
Looking
you say
at
that, though,
this-
because you got the Dolphins, who are out of the three sides, you go Roosters, Dolphins, Seagulls.
Mhm.
You just put 58 on the Dolphins when they've got so much to play for.
Mm.
I worry about the Dolphins in general, right? They can be hot and cold.
Well, they got the Titans next weekend. You'd back them to win that, but they then host Canberra in the last round. But like I said to you pre-show, if Canberra's wrapped up and won a premiership by then, they could rest absolutely everybody, and you will see the Dolphins come out and put 58 on them. It's a possibility.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the issue with the last round. If you've got a team that's sitting in first comfortably, they don't want to risk injuries coming into the finals. If they're playing against a team that is pushing for a top 8 spot and have to rely on that result, as well as the Roosters versus Rabbits, I'll be picking the Dolphins last round, only because hopefully the Raiders have wrapped it up and they will rest a shit ton. They may rest Fogarty, Strange, So I think if you're a smart man, you're looking at the Dolphins or the Roosters, because I'm ruling Manly out. But then, like you said, the Roosters play Melbourne next week.
You know what?
So,
I think though, I heard again off the back of the Roosters pissing the bed the other night. I heard that they haven't beaten Melbourne for quite a while, especially in Melbourne. And you just feel like with Harry Grant now being out because he wanted to shoulder charge someone's head off, I just think he wanted a few weeks off. I reckon Bellyache said, "You're not having any time off for the finals. You're going the whole way through." Harry's going, "Fuck this!
I'll show you, champ."
And I'll just come and shoulder charge someone, get a few weeks, and he'll be fresh now coming into the finals. It's probably the best shoulder charge ever from a Melbourne point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've
right.
got the Roosters going down there, even without Sam Walker. No Hughes, no Grant. There's no better time for the Roosters after getting their ass kicked up here in Sydney to go down there and actually get a win, and then come back, Walker back in the side for the last round, and put a score on the Rabbits. If they win both their games, they've got the 8th spot. So I reckon locking the Roosters still. I'm still on the Roosters bandwagon for this run home, and I think they're the better side of the three to make it.
Yeah.
I guess watch this space.
I'm sticking with the Roosters to take the 8th spot for sure.
Speaking of shocking teams, the Knights and the Titans, this fantastic wooden spoon race. It is, God, it's just disgusting, isn't it?
Oh,
they are on a race to the bottom.
You're loving it.
The Knights are minus 220 now after getting flogged. The Titans aren't much better, minus 201.
Yep.
They are going backwards at a rate of knots. The hardest part is the Titans have to find a win to make this interesting. Can they even do it from the last two rounds? Because I would have backed the Titans to get a win, but the way they're playing, the Knights might be safe for the wooden spoon just purely because the fact the Titans have just got no hope of winning a game.
Yeah. Which is, it's so strange as well, because it was only a couple of weeks ago that the Titans absolutely murdered Manly.
Yeah.
And then
got the Warriors in New Zealand.
Yes. And then shit the bed against Penrith.
Yep.
Lost that in Golden Point. And
they should have won that game too. You think about that. And then, a few bad decisions, I guess. Maybe that broke their back a little bit.
It's a massive case now of ifs and buts, but I'm telling you what, they're not. I think they're just unlucky.
They are.
I think that it's more, they've just had a shit run of luck for the last X amount of years since inception. But in saying that, you don't know what Titan side you're going to get next weekend against the Dolphins. Manly just put 58 on them. And
know.
Manly
Does
haven't
that mean
been
they
scoring
bounce back,
points at
though?
all.
Does that mean they bounce back a bit harder? Like these
Oh,
sides to get flogged, the good ones, the Knights are
yeah.
sitting get flogged every week.
The good
But
ones.
the good ones, they generally bounce back the next week after getting a number put on them.
Even the mediocre ones.
Exactly. Again, unlike the Knights.
This is. I didn't expect to come into this at 20-9 on a Sunday to think this hard.
Yeah. Can the
Look,
Titans pull off a win? I can tell you, I did reveal a few weeks ago that my uncle has had a
big money.
basically a small country worth of money on the Knights to get the wooden spoon. I found out he got him at $11.
Ooh.
Which is juicy. It's juicy. They'd be very short now. They'd be evens. They'd have to be evens at this point. But
let's have a look.
It'd be a 2-horse race. I'm going to say $2.05 or something like that, because
let's have a look.
You wouldn't want them to
futures. Let's go. There you go. Least wins wooden spoon. $2.20.
$2.20. There you go.
$2.20.
So $11 he got. You just feel like they are just right for the picking. That the Titans are going to pull off one win. I'm still going for the Titans to get that one win, even though I'm a Knights supporter, just to bring home that cash. And I think the Knights have played so well enough to win the wooden spoon this year.
They deserve it.
They deserve it. No one has played to deserve the wooden spoon like the Knights. Give it to them.
Well,
yes.
$2.20 for the Knights, $1.62 for the Titans.
Yeah.
Just going back real quick, to make the 8, to take that 8th spot, Manly $8.50, Dolphins $4.20, Roosters $1.40.
Yeah.
And minor premiership, Raiders $1.25, Melbourne $3.50.
There you go. Well, you think about it, the Roosters have only got to win one of their two. If they win one of their two last games, they're in the 8. Simple as that.
Yep.
So you would think if they don't win next week, they beat the Dragons. But the Dragons have proven to be a bit of a killer of top 8 sides the last few weeks. So you just don't know how they're going to go. But anyway, one more week we'll continue to speculate on whether the Titans can get over the Dolphins. Well, the good thing is it'll be the Sunday night game or Sunday afternoon game. So we'll have it fresh on 9 into this podcast to sort of see where they're at. And earlier that day, we'll see the Knights get towed up by the Sharks. I guess they're trying for do we know what the lowest ever minus was? Because, they'll be chasing that minus 300. I'm going to give you the red hot tip.
I'll have a quick look.
Definitely be a good shot at that. That's for
first
sure.
Ever for and against NRL.
First ever for and against.
It was 19. No, you're not catching it.
Really? Is it
as
bad?
As far as this person knows, in 1999, the Magpies finished with a point differential of minus 659.
I remember that. That was just before they got pulled, right? And they went to become the West Tigers because they were terrible.
Yeah.
They were bad. It was like a guarantee. Like I think every week they were getting pumped by 60, and it was just like everyone was pumping them by 60.
Yeah.
Season from hell, I'd say.
Yeah. So you're safe there. You're all good with the for and against. But yeah, it's it now honestly, I think for the Nines, it's now just a question of they basically just need the Titans to keep losing because I'm going to see both teams struggling to win. And now that I've said that, you watch both teams come out and get a win next weekend.
Yeah,
that would be.
I doubt that absolutely.
Yeah,
highly.
I know.
Now you have a bit of a man crush, I believe, on one of the players from the Melbourne Storm. Is that right?
Oh, not a man crush, but it's like they're playing FIFA. Remember back in the days when you and I we'd catch up and we'd grab a carton and we'd sit in the shed and play FIFA, but we'd pick a team each and we'd just fucking load it up with superstars.
Yeah,
because you could. It's like, imagine losing your halfback for X amount of weeks or your 5'8" and having a player like Tyrone Wishart that can just walk in and is instantly in form. It's like that guy cannot do anything wrong. I was watching him on Friday night, and I've said it in the past, and I'll probably say it almost weekly during footy season, I don't think any team could ever be mad if their team went and made a play for him. The
Yeah.
guy sits on the bench, chills out, waits for his chance, gets it when a superstar's injured, and just walks in and just pisses gold, pisses excellence, and just rips it apart. Definitely not a man crush, but holy shit, that guy is a footballer. He is brilliant. And I bet he's on Stuff All Coin as well.
He would be,
Wonder
wouldn't
what
he?
he's on.
He's essentially just a backup to, and essentially just a utility 14, which it's funny that the 14 on the bench has become such a critical role in today's NRL because of this concussion rule and because there are so many more, I guess, HIAs, the high chance of your hooker, your halfback, your 5'8", getting a head knock. Look at Sam Walker on the weekend.
Yep.
Look at pretty much every week there's something. Look at the Broncos. It wasn't HIA, but 2 hamstrings in one play, losing both the 6 and the 7. How critical that 14 utility is. And you bring on Wishart, who's
Definitely.
essentially like his dad was a great football player. I used to love watching him on the wings for New South Wales, an Illawarra
Yep.
Steelers legend. But he's taken him and just 10 times a better player in terms of just his, creativity and playmaker, mate. He's one of those guys. There's a few. There's like, you got Dearden, you got Cam Munster. If he's got the ball in his hand, he's not going to pass it. He's going to run it. And every single time they seem to forget to, and they fall for it. And he just goes straight through the line and scores every time.
Stop rattling off Queenslanders, will you? Jesus Christ.
Until Ethan Strange.
I was just Googling Wishart's contract. But I've got to pay $3 if I want to read the article.
Which is ironic because I think that's what he's on.
There you go. So allegedly he is on 350,000.
Which for an NRL player is just peanut.
For someone that's coming out and like I said to you, in 77 games, he scored 20 tries and kicked 17 goals. That's a good return for a utility.
Yeah.
Not a man crush, but I'd probably swallow for him if I had to.
Jesus. No, we're getting that personal on the Sunday night.
Anyway, moving on.
Best informed players right now after round 25. I
Tyron Wishart.
Yeah, maybe just in Scotty's dreams, wet ones. But best informed players right now, it feels like if you've got an informed player, you are winning matches. As simple as that. So the nominees are, and I want you to tell me who you think is the number one player, not in the game, but on form at round 25.
We've covered this. We've covered this.
Ethan Strange, Harry Grant, mainly for that shoulder charge.
Yes.
Reece Walsh, Daly Cherry Evans, and Tommy Turbo.
You can rule those last 2 out because they've done absolutely nothing until this weekend.
Probably put Ben Hunt in there as well, I'd say. Let's put Ben Hunt in there as an extra one because that was a pretty good performance from him as well.
Do you know, reading through those names, and I told you we've covered this, I was a dead certainty for Ethan Strange. There was no other name you could have said that'd make me go, yep, that's a fair call. But as soon as you mentioned Reece Walsh, I was like, fuck, he has absolutely stepped up.
Yes.
So it's tough. There's Stranger's absolutely killing it, as we've said. Guy's an absolute freak at the moment. Walsh has stepped up. Like I said to you, when Mam and Reynolds went down in that Benny Hill style scene, that was it. To me, Brisbane were done. They were lucky to find any form coming into the finals, and Walsh has absolutely murdered it. Did you see him set up that try today?
Something. You know why I know he's been really putting his effort in? I've noticed that his eyebrows aren't as good as normal. He has not been going to the day spa. He's been working on his game, and that's why I reckon he's actually playing the best football. He's less about himself. I've heard he's not got his shirt off around training, and it's paying off in dividends. Reece, just give up on that.
Did you see him set up Kobe Hetherington's try today?
Yeah, amazing.
I was literally, when he crossed that line and was under the post with no one around, I'm like, oh, it's an easy leg of a multi ticked off. When he threw that ball to Hetherington to score in his milestone match,
Yeah.
my only thought was, if you miss a multi today because of Reece Walsh not scoring, I'd be absolutely ropeable. Lucky he did get one.
Yeah.
Strange and Walsh at the moment, I think, are the benchmark.
Yeah.
But, and we've spoken about this as well, when you have Mitchell Moses in a side, your side is just completely different. It is just New South Wales missed him. The table shows that Parramatta missed him for a long time this year.
Yeah.
I think in a poor side, he has been an absolute shining light. And yet again, he come out on the weekend and done nothing wrong, done his job, succeeded, played well. It's tough.
Who is it? You got to pick one, mate. You got to pick one.
All right.
You're going to either piss off the Milk, you're going to piss off the Eels, you're going to piss off the Storm or the Broncos. You won't piss off Manly because they know Evans.
No, fuck no. Mate, I'm sticking with us at the start of the show. Ethan Strange is absolutely slaying it. He,
Number
to
one.
me, is the most informed as we speak.
Yeah.
We speak.
And,
I'm curious, though, as what others think.
Yeah.
Right now, who is the most in-form footballer? Not the best in the game, but who's someone that week in, week out for the last X amount of weeks has just turned one on?
Well, we'll put
Ethan
this up
Strange.
on our socials. Comment below which is your number one, who should get the nod, and I guess we can come back next week. The 350 club's an interesting club. The two players in the one weekend hitting 350 NRL games, and both of their clubs go out and stomp on the opposition. One was against the Knights, so again, that was probably going to happen no matter what. But I guess the 350 maybe added an extra 2 points or so. But for the Manly to go out and stomp on the Dolphins, who are chasing an 8 spot, is a good effort. Mate, Cherry Evans and Ben Hunt playing the best football towards the back end of their careers. It's just crazy. You were there. You saw Cherry Evans in the flesh.
It shocked me because I went to I was down there for round one, and for round one, you couldn't move, you couldn't send a message, you couldn't put a bet on. Your phones effectively just weren't working. There was that many people. Yep. On Saturday, 3:00 kickoff, beautiful weather. Yeah, all right. Some fans are on the fence. They really couldn't give a shit anymore about his 350th game.
They hate him.
Well, yeah, mate. There was a few people down there that just couldn't give a shit. But you could move with freedom. There was so much vacant space down there, which was amazing. It shocked me because had he not come out at the start of the year and said he was leaving, I reckon that place would have been a sellout. Yeah. But interestingly enough, I couldn't believe that they debuted a day apart. Cherry Evans debuted, I think, on the Saturday, Ben Hunt on the Sunday, and then they've both ticked over their 350th game a day after each other.
Just shows you how good they are in terms of injuries and stuff like that. I mean, they've both obviously made it through their careers pretty strong without the heavy injury load and stuff like that.
And it seems like if one's missing a match because of representative duty, the other one's playing in the same rep team anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I couldn't believe that. Like I said to you, I went down to Manly. I tipped the Dolphins.
Yep.
And I had absolutely no hope of them putting 58 on them. I honestly didn't think they'd put 8 on them, let alone 58. And then conceded the first try. Yeah. And I think blew the captain's challenge in the first 90 seconds.
Sometimes a good thing. Just get that out of your head.
I thought I'd be back at the Leagues Club in the 24th minute. But yeah, amazing. 350 games is absolute stellar. Hats off to them both. They absolutely turned one on, which was fantastic.
A huge weekend for both of them. And I guess we'll find out at the end of the year where Cherry Evans goes, whether he does retire or heads to the Roosters, and then what that could do. Because the rumours were floating around that Sandon Smith might end up at the Knights, and now there's rumours he's going to be back at the Roosters. Who knows what's going to happen? One other thing that came across both of us across the weekend that we thought we had to have a chat about was in the Friday night bonanza of great football. It was the best night of football with those two great games. There's an incident has been cleared, but Stephen Crichton, let's just say he gives Pappenhausen
There's nothing in it.
just a little massage on the face. Like
There's nothing in it.
it was nice. It was nice. So I thought we could go through and do wrong answers only.
There's only two answers in my opinion.
Great.
I'm
Wrong answers
intrigued.
only. What was Stephen Crichton doing to Ryan's face?
First one, he's had a bit of food on his face. That was it.
Oh, he's just getting it off.
He was getting it off for him. Because I mean, Paps is a good looking man, and be honest, if the camera was on him that much, Crichton was just looking out for him. So, oh mate, here, come here, and I do it to the kids. You lick your thumb and you give it a bit of a wipe off. That's all he done. That was it.
You know what?
Straight up.
You got to think this was the big game. A lot of cameras, a lot of big.
This isn't park footy.
No.
He wanted him to look his best.
You know what I heard? Pap had a bit of a sore tooth.
Ah.
You know how sometimes when you give a bit of pressure and you rub it a bit and you
Yep.
a couple of fucking hits,
Mm-hmm.
it can just numb it a little bit.
That's actually a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes it can just be there's a filling in there that may just need dislodging. And you just need to give it a bit of elbow juice.
No, I get that. It's funny you say that because my other suggestion was tooth related. Paps's dentures had popped out.
Oh,
they just popped straight out. Yep. They've hit Crito on the forearm and he's like, oh, come here, buddy. He's just tapped them back in for him and away they went. I'm telling you, there's fucking nothing in it. It was best interest at heart. That's all it was.
I also heard another way, what I thought was actually the truth is when he grabbed him and pulled his hair up as well in the motion, he was showing Paps, he said, watch this back on TV and you'll be able to see what you look like with short hair. Because he again, you very pretty man, Paps, but he said you will be better off with short hair, and just was showing him like this is what you look like if you had short. Watch this back on 9, Paps, and you'll know that.
So, and you know what? I disagree because I feel like if any man can rock that mullet, he's doing it so well.
He is
so well. No, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued as if anyone else has any other input as to what they think. Wrong answers only. Because looking at that footage, your mind could absolutely go nuts.
Yeah, what really was Stephen Crichton really doing? He wasn't giving him it wasn't illegal. It was nothing in it. He was just doing wrong answers only. We'll chuck it up on our social media through the week. And if we get some crackers, we'll definitely read them out in the comment club.
Brilliant.
Now, last week we went through, before we move on to what was an incredible cricket innings with the Aussies against South Africa, we went through the most hated teams to win a title in 2025. We threw it up on social media to find out who exactly was. We don't like to make the call on this because it's the fans' game, rugby league, and we're just two idiots sitting here talking on a podcast. So we'd like to ask the question: who would be the most hated team to hold up that trophy at the end of the year and celebrate? Who would you be most pissed about? Can I tell you, 98% of the votes, and there were thousands, Penrith Panthers, gold medal.
Wow.
They just don't like success. No, does anybody like success here? We'll be watching history. They would be winning their 5th title if they held up their trophy. Everyone's like, fuck no. I'd rather cut off my arm.
Wow.
Not fans of the Penrith Panthers winning. That is by far overwhelming.
Yeah, fuck 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Silver medal.
I agree.
And obviously a long way down, but still well and truly in the votes. Melbourne Storm, they get the silver medal.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And the Bulldogs get the bronze.
Wow.
People are not happy about the Bulldogs.
Yeah, but isn't that a big change though? When we ran a poll a couple of months ago and the most hated team were Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yet there's 3 other teams out there that people would rather see lose a grand final.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Just don't
Wow.
like the Penrith Panthers. I
Mm,
don't like the Storm and don't like the Bulldogs. But there you go.
you're
They're
right.
your most hated teams.
It's all about success. You are right.
Yeah.
People hate success.
People
Oh.
hate the Penrith Panthers. And they hate success.
I didn't think anyone could hate Penrith more once Luai left, but the numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Now Luai's on the other side hating them as well. So that's an extra person on.
It's true. He voted, didn't he?
He did. Now, the cricket is in an interesting place, Scotty. We are in the lead up to the Ashes at the end of the year. Well, it's only a couple of months away now when England do arrive and we take them on in the Ashes here in Australia, which we should be able to be triumphant in. But there's some interesting matches taking place. South Africa have come over to Australia for a bit of a weird one because it's in August, still in the middle of the rounds of NRL, and we've got this ODI series with them after a T20 series. It felt weird, but it was nice seeing cricket again. And I think the first two ODIs were a little bit lackluster. Australia got towed up.
Dismal.
Yeah, towed up in both. Can we start with those two games? Because there's some interesting conversations to be had. Poor old Marnus. Is he running out of time for the Ashes? Because he gets one off 6 balls, then he gets one off 5 balls, and then he's probably thinking, I'm going to make some runs today because the Aussies have made over 400. He didn't get to bat.
He didn't get to bat. That poor bastard cannot buy a fucking run, can he?
Is he done?
I feel for him because you've seen it before, his presence in the field and his chatter. You know, you've seen those clips where it's behind the scenes and he's under the batter's helmet and he's getting a bit lippy. That's the kind of shit. You and I have played cricket with guys in the past that do the exact same thing, and teams hate it.
Yeah.
And they'll be honest about you. They absolutely can't stand it because it gets in their head and it absolutely puts them off. And it's brilliant. We've had some good laughs in the past when, we've had Nige there getting bloody chirpy. We've had Craig Corrigan. I think it's great for the game. And I really feel for Marnus because I know he's there to score runs, but his presence in the field, I think, is enough for him to have another crack. Unfortunately, you and I don't pick the sides. Thank Christ. I honestly think he's in a bit of trouble. Yeah. I do.
I can't see him. And if you're England, aren't you just so happy if Labuschagne is picked for the Ashes? And that's to me a good sign. Like if that's your time to go, there's plenty of other players around. Let's pick someone else. Let's put give Inglis a go or something like that.
Yep.
Over him. But what a great performance. So we started this podcast and the game was still on. It's now over. Australia have won the third ODI by 276 runs. Crazy. They posted in their 50 overs 2 for 431 runs, Scotty. What a great start to the game.
That's insane. That is. And then you text me. I'd forgotten about it. You text me, and as soon as you mentioned 400, my only thought I had was the last time I remember Australia scoring over 400 in an ODI was against South Africa, and those bastards chased it down.
And I think we did it as well against New Zealand. It might not have been 400, but I think we got close to 400 over there, and they chased it down.
Yeah.
So we have this really weird knack of getting a lot of runs and then shitting the bed.
Yeah. But it didn't happen. I did say to you pre-show, hope Cooper Connolly gets his fifer, and he did. Finished with 5 for 22 off 6.
Yep.
But I tell you what, absolutely, I guess it did. It blew my mind. Marsh won the toss and obviously elected to bat.
Good decision, I guess, now.
Do you know, in his previous 21 tosses he has won, he has fielded.
Well,
in his last 21 tosses, every single one of them, he's decided they're going to have a bowl first. I wonder what it was. Did he actually have a good look at the pitch and go, fuck yeah, let's go out and have a bat, boys?
Yeah, well.
Or, I don't know, was it a case of, he must have known he scored 100.
Exactly.
He just
Well, wasn't the old rule, if you win the toss and are wondering whether to bowl or bat, you bat.
Yep.
And then you think it's 100% a bowler's pitch, you bat.
You bat.
And I think that was the advice. I remember Ricky Ponting Ricky Ponting was a Clark. We lost the Ashes in England because we bowled first and we should have batted, and
Yes.
it was one of those ones. So maybe Mitchell Marsh finally got that memo that you just bat no matter what. And let's just go through the scores here. So Travis Head scored 142 runs, strike rate of 137, was going
That's
at
insane.
incredible click. Mitch Marsh makes 100
On the dot.
106 balls. Then Cam Green, the
Massive.
strike rate of 214, gets 118, not out, mind you, and Alex Carey 59 out. Now,
Cam Green.
that is an incredible partnership. So that is, let's go back to the top. Travis Head, Mitch Marsh.
Put on
That's
250.
250.
Yeah.
Do you know where that ranks all time for the Aussies in best partnerships of all time for Aussies in ODIs? I can tell you it is inside the top 10.
It's got to be up there. I'm gonna take a stab. I'm gonna go 4th.
Oh, that's a very good guess. That's
But
a
it's
very
wrong.
good guess. It is wrong,
Oh, of course it is.
but it's only just wrong.
Right.
So they're currently ranked 7th.
Okay.
So it's
I gave them too much credit.
a little too much credit, but still, it's a quality list. Put it this way, it's a very quality list, and so their 250 tonight is 7th.
What's the best?
The best, and I was also going to think of, maybe I'll look up the best opening partnership ever. Maybe they're the best opening partnership ever. No.
Yeah.
Number one is an opening partnership. This is funny because who did Mitch Marsh partner up in this match with to get this 250?
Travis Head.
He has got the top 2.
Travis Head has.
Yeah.
Holy
This
shit.
guy is a behemoth at kicking off the order in incredible fashion. So against Pakistan in 2017, David Warner and Travis Head put on 284.
Wow.
That's the number 1 ever Australian ODI partnership for a single stand.
Wow.
Number 2 is David Warner, again with Travis Head,
Holy shit.
269 versus England in Melbourne of 2022.
Wow.
Warner loves a big total. He has also
does,
got
eh?
the next 2 as well. So him and Steve Smith put on 260 against Afghanistan. That was a tough match.
Yeah, very hard.
David Warner
Explosive.
with Mitchell Marsh, 259 against Pakistan in 23.
Wow.
And then 5th and 6th, Warner and Aaron Finch, 258 against India, over in India. And Shane Watson and Ricky Ponting, 252
I was going to
against
say,
England in
it
Centurion.
shocked me that there's no former big names in that list until you hit punter.
Yep.
I did see though, that's Head's first 100 in almost a year.
Yeah. Good way to
Almost
bring
a
it up,
year.
140. Like it's
And
big time.
Cam Green just missed out on Australia's fastest ever 100. He brought up 147 balls. The fastest ever is Maxwell with 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, you'll love the number 10 in the ODI most partnership innings. Andrew Simons, Ricky
Yes.
Ponting, 237 against Sri Lanka in Sydney.
That's brilliant.
R.I.P.
God, I love
great
Roy.
man.
Rest in peace,
If you want to
legend.
look at all time, though, God, Australia,
Oh.
we aren't quite there. Chris Gale, Marlon Samuels
It doesn't count though.
against West Zimbabwe,
see?
372. I mean,
Actually.
did they bat the whole 50? I mean, they must have. And the funny thing was, it was actually in Canberra.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm just
Must have
having
been
a
a
look
road.
now. Yeah, 365.
Crazy, isn't it?
I just want to have a look. Oh, here it is, scorecard. I want to look at the scorecard
It would have been
and see what. Here we go. So in that match, what'd they put on? Do you say
372.
365, 372? Yeah. So West Indies finished 381 for 3.
Well, I guess the other 2 come out. They were bloody cold. because they're in Canberra, even though it's summer, but like they wouldn't have had any chance to get their eye, and they've got a couple of balls left to hit sixes.
Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's insane.
So Australia's a long way down that list when you think about it. 372.
Yeah.
That's just not massive. But there's one other bunch of stats that I wanted to bring up because I thought this was a really interesting game. Because how often do you see three Australians or anybody scoring 100 in the same game? So it's only
in a
happened
one-dayer.
in a one-day
Not
match.
a test.
It's only happened 5 times ever in the history of cricket, and tonight was one of them. So obviously Australia, South Africa, Head, Marsh, and Green all scoring 100. The South Africans did it against the Windies in 15. SA again against India in 15. England have done it against the Netherlands in 22.
Tough game.
And South Africa did it a third time. So South Africa have done it 3 times.
God, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah. And de Kock was 2 of them. Of course he was. AB de Villiers was one of them. He was a part of 2 of them as well.
Yep.
Some good work there. But here's where it gets really interesting for Australia. Once and only once before tonight has the top 3 batsmen, 1, 2, and 3, scored 100. And it was South Africa in 15 with Amla. De Villiers was another one. And then the second time was the Australian. So it's only ever happened once before where batsmen 1, 2, and 3 have gone on to make 100 in the same one-day international match.
That's massive in a one-dayer.
Incredible.
Like 50 overs. That is insane.
Yeah.
So when Australia got that 434,
yeah,
obviously, well, they were only 4 down. I'll be shocked. I wonder what the 1, 2, and 3 done at that point. Here it is. I'm just having a look. I was in 2006. Yeah. So the scorecard. Yeah. Okay. No, that was dominated by Punter. So yeah, fair call. Gilchrist got 55. Kadich got 79. Ponting got 164. Hussey got 81. And Roy, 27 not out. Brett Lee, 9 not out. And then...
God, it's hard. That's the thing. It's hard to get 300s in an innings. That's why it's such a unique situation tonight, and especially batsmen 1, 2, and 3. The fact that this literally is history tonight, one other time has it been done before in history. Crazy.
That's crazy, isn't it? Holy shit.
Well, get ready because we've got to wait a bit now. We've got a month off on cricket. So you mentioned
we do.
The next one's in New Zealand. Is that right?
Yep, over in New Zealand for some T20s, I believe.
Yep. And then we come back to Australia for India ODI T20s before the Ashes in...
Busy month.
October,
yeah. What did I say it was? It's like 1st, 3rd, 4th, 19th, 23rd, 25th, 29th, 31st. You could almost write October off.
It's
just start paying child support now. More focused on the cricket.
Yeah. Just get in. Well, you know that's going to dominate this podcast during that period. That's for damn sure. That's fantastic.
Oh, that's brilliant. Shit up.
There you go. Now, there's a lot happening at the moment in your life after dark, Scotty. I know your kids are saying, where's daddy? Where's daddy? Because, you're basically at midnight, you're getting up and you're watching your EPL. What's, I guess the best way I want you to set this up is a lot of people in Australia probably don't watch the EPL, but have an understanding of the EPL. Mm-hmm. So explain to us what's happening in this world over there. What do we need to know? What's happened and what's going to happen over the coming weeks?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, is it that bad for Aston Villa?
Yeah.
Your side?
2 games. Haven't scored a goal. Got no attacking. They just can't finish. Dominated last night and got beat 1-0. Struggled to stay awake again. I still haven't adjusted. Mind you, I'd had a big day at Manly.
Yeah.
But I tell you who has absolutely shocked me, and I guess it's kind of like good on him, because there was a lot of blow up when Tottenham sacked Ange. And then Tottenham have come out and they've beat Burnley 3-0 on the opening day, and then went to Manchester City on Saturday night and beat them 2-0.
crazy.
So Spurs are actually turning one on. Predicted West Ham to struggle and potentially go down. They got thumped by Chelsea 5-1. And your boys, Arsenal, absolutely destroyed Leeds 5-0. I like that because I don't like Leeds.
That's true, and that's what Arsenal can do. They can really pump the bottom ones. They can go well against the top ones, and they lose against all the middle ones.
Well,
Essentially, Arsenal in a nutshell.
They're 2 from 2. They beat Man United last weekend.
Yeah, which is good. I like seeing them beat Man U.
Early days, but I tell you, be a real good match on Tuesday morning. Liverpool go to Newcastle. So I think that'll be a good game. Newcastle, 0-0 with Aston Villa last weekend, but if they had a striker that wants to play for the club, I honestly think they would have destroyed Villa.
So are you going to get relegated this year? Is that what you're thinking?
No. Still a week or so to go in the transfer window. I told you, I just don't want to talk about it. It's a tough time.
Yeah,
it's a tough time. I was so pumped 3 weeks ago, wasn't I? I'm like, yeah, it's going to be the best. Like, fucking can't wait. Oh, you're going to hear all about it. And we're 2 weeks in, and I'm like, can we not talk? Can we talk about something else?
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about it. My feelings are hurt, all right?
I'm sure you're still finding a good enough excuse to get up every night just to make sure they're still playing.
I tell you, I still find an excuse to put a pun on every weekend for it.
Looking forward to your tip coming up really soon. Let's actually get to the comment. Oh, yeah.
No, I was about to say, you did mention pre-show before we were recording. Massive rumours. We just mentioned the man of Ange coming back.
Yeah.
Fucking hope not.
Well,
it's a better world.
They're saying what? Nottingham Forest, is that right?
Yeah, which has shocked me because they've made Europe. Nottingham Forest are in Europe this season.
That's crazy.
They got promoted. They had the best season of their life in a long time last season. Yeah. And the owner's looking at sacking their manager, Nuno, who is a fantastic manager, done very well with Wolves, limited budget, to be honest, shit club. But yeah, like to sack him and bring in Ange, I guess their plan will be we'll bring in Ange, we'll give him a 2-year deal, we'll win our trophy in the second year, and we'll piss him off as well.
Yeah, well, far out. There's a bit of pressure on Ange then if that is the case.
Mate.
It's like getting something at this really high peak. I mean, they've definitely peaked.
Definitely.
Ange is on the other side coming down the hill. Once again, we'll be talking in a couple of years' time about Ange.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, let's jump into Comment Club.
Yeah.
It's time for Comment Club. Normally I ignore all the comments. I get a lot of them. I've got to get paid for this crap.
Thank you, Mr. Donald Trump. Comment Club is basically where we take your requests, take your feedback, take your questions, and also we put up some of your responses on our social media. You can follow us at Talking Sport Report on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We chuck our full podcast up on YouTube each and every week, and some clips throughout the week as well. And of course, our email, talkingsportreport@gmail.com. Please email us anytime about anything at all. I mean, be factual. If you don't think we've ticked a couple of boxes here and there, then you tell us. You tell us to shut the fuck up and get it right. I've got a couple here from our Instagram posts from our good man, Jimmy86. He comes on and says, ask Scootus about the 100 he scored at my wedding in 2018. Truly remarkable.
Talk about a local legend story. You wouldn't believe it. So Jimmy got married on a Friday out at Tocal. Beautiful place.
Like basically farmland, right?
Yeah.
So Raymond Terrace in the Newcastle region.
When they went to get photos, the guests obviously had access to alcohol. They also had, I guess, different activities scattered around the establishment. So you could play like oversized Jenga. Pretty sure maybe there was a dominatrix station set up. There might not have been. I don't know. But
wedding, the sound of it.
A fun one. Anyway, there was cricket set up, and I thought, righto, so I might as well. Anyway, a wicket fell, and I think I was batting with Luke Warby, actually. First ball I faced, I just flicked it off me pads, and it went for 4. I'm like, it's a good start. Gave the old pitch a bit of a tap. And being a wedding and being on the piss, there's really no set rules.
And hang on, you're in a suit, right?
No, I was in actually, I was in a pair of chinos, a nice, I guess, blazer. It was like a salmon color.
You wore the blazer out in the middle?
No, I didn't actually. Only because it wasn't white, off-white, ivory, cream or beige.
True. Yeah. Richie would have been pissed. That's a good point.
So I had a long sleeve shirt on, and I tell you, it was warm. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not a small bloke, so I do sweat. I do.
I get it.
You get a few beers in you as well. Anyway, with it being a wedding, there's really no set rules. We didn't have umpires, and I'm 4 runs off 1 ball. And I thought, well, no one's here to really tell me what's right and what's not. So next ball, I've just played a nice little single and Warbs and I have crossed, and I thought, fuck yous, that's my 100. And I celebrated. And it's gone down in history. Yeah, 2-ball 100. So effectively, I guess that single was worth 96. Still gets talked about to this day.
So you genuinely celebrated like it was 100 and everyone has now gone along with it. And
it was 100, thank you.
Sorry.
What do you mean like? It was 100. It was a 2-ball 100. I hit a 4 and a 96.
And a 96?
And it's probably the greatest 100. Occasionally it'll get mentioned on a social post, and even I'm pretty sure Luke Warby said it's one of the best knocks he's ever seen. So say what you want, but I know what I scored, mate. All right. You weren't there. Weren't there.
That's
and
true.
the groom, he has raised this, not me.
Yeah, it's
He
true.
is all over it. There you go. Local legend.
Local legend story right there. We are chasing your local legend stories, so we'd love you to keep sending them in. TalkingSportReport@gmail.com. It's stories like that. That's actually the perfect scenario for what we're after. Stories of absolute bullshit and mayhem and stupidity, but also when things go well and things go wrong. I've got one for you from my uncle, actually. Now, I don't know if I've got this story completely right, but he's a cricket player, always was a great cricket player back in the day, played with the Ward Twins through his junior time. Didn't end up going any further. I believe had back problems as a young kid and had to give up cricket for a fair while, but basically went over to England and played in England for a little while as well. So was a really handy batsman. Yeah. Scored a lot of hundreds. Took a lot of hat tricks. I know this because of all the trophies they used to have at my nan's house. There's an entire top of a piano covered in, like they used to give a 6-stitcher on a trophy. Yeah, he had 3 or 4 of them where they celebrate. You know, you've scored. You got a fifer. Oh, sorry, you've got a hat trick, and lots of batting awards for higher scores for the whole region. That kind of stuff. Anyway,
really good puller, wasn't he? He was a great puller. Yeah,
very good puller.
Anyway, back to cricket.
Yeah,
back to cricket.
Wasn't great at running between the wickets. Now, he came out of retirement and was playing for the local Gold Coast team. Now, I believe they've had a bit of a bad day with the bat, and they're needing. He's out there. He's scored 20 or 30 odd. Okay. He's come in the middle order, and they're down to their last wicket. Now they still need 120 runs for victory.
Yeah, all right. So it's over. It's done.
It's over.
Yeah,
so people are getting ready to make as you do in
cards packed.
Yeah, you are making your reservations. You're calling ahead, telling the boys, pour me a beer, save us a place. Hey, is that game started yet? All that kind of usual jazz.
Yep.
My uncle starts hitting. They get close, right? They've scored 80 runs to this point. 80 runs. Now, my uncle's
number 11. He and number 11.
He and number 11.
Okay.
80 runs have been scored in this partnership at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many runs do you think my uncle scored, and how many runs do you think the number 11 has scored?
Oh, park cricket's tough because we've had some good number 11. So I'm gonna credit number 11. I'm gonna say he's at least got himself 15 to 20 runs.
Nothing. My uncle scored all 80. My uncle scored all 80 of the run. And he is still on 0. Then,
so how'd your uncle get out?
Well, as you do it towards the end, as you could imagine, when you're batting with the 11, you're farm and strike, right?
Yeah.
Hitting ball 5, you are getting a single. Well, he's known as Tuk Tuk. Tuk Tuk was probably thinking about other things and wasn't really backing up. And basically, he's run the single in to end the over. He hasn't taken off in time. He's
Oh,
been
no.
run out for 0.
No.
And they've fallen, 40 runs
30.
short.
Oh.
But seeing them
Could
like absolute watermelons. The uncle did bring up the 100. I can say he did bring up his 100. But they did fall short of the win. And he was a bit dirty on that one. But that is a great local legend story. I thought that's a good one because they didn't get the run. So that side still got the chance to celebrate and get the victory. But you know deep down that my uncle probably had a few choice words and Tuk was probably playing it. I bet you was sick and tired of having my uncle hog the strike and thought, fuck this, I'm going to the pub.
Could you imagine how that pub would have been had he got him home? I don't think he would have bought a beer all night. He probably wouldn't have anyway.
11th wicket, like the 10th wicket kind of vibe. Like that is crazy. So
That's
yeah.
legendary. Almost perfect.
If you've got a comment or you want to write into us, talkingsportreport@gmail.com. Let's finish how we do each and every week, Scotty. It's Scotty's tip. Now, if my we are currently down. So every week, Scotty has $1,000 to spend. It's becoming a really expensive tradition for us here on the podcast. Yep. We're currently down $5,750.
Mm-hmm. We lost again. Yeah, we lost again. Well,
so you had Chelsea, City.
I took City.
City.
Yeah, I took City.
Okay.
After last week, I thought they were a certainty. But I told you, Spurs are just... I don't know what they're doing. They're killing it. But I've got my trusty book.
All right, so we're now down. Book. We're now down 6,750 with 1,000 you're going to spend this week. Take it away, my friend.
Okay. I should probably give up. I told you we should have banked this money in a high interest account. But because you're forcing me, and I'm not very good at saying no to peer pressure.
It's true.
We are going a 4-leg multi. Across, we're going to feature in Australia, England, and Italy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like it. Multinational.
Yeah. So we're going, let me pull up a few draws. All right. So we're going NRL next weekend. We're going to go, and I do apologize, we're going to go Brisbane to beat the Cowboys.
Yep.
And my apology lies, we're taking the Sharks to beat the Knights.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That'll happen.
And then after praising them, we're throwing Tottenham in there.
Ooh.
Now, Tottenham will play Bournemouth next Saturday night at midnight. So we're throwing them in, and then we're going to Italy for next weekend.
As in a win, you're going them to win?
Yep, going them for the win.
Spurs to win, yep.
And then actually, our bet kicks off on Tuesday. We're going Inter Milan in the Italian Serie A to beat Torino. It's actually Tuesday morning. So we'll either have lost 1,000 by Tuesday or we'll still be alive.
Yeah. Well,
so
let's
to recap,
okay,
Broncos,
all that.
Broncos, Sharks, Inter, Spurs, $1,000. We're returning $4,190.
Okay.
We need this. We need this.
We'll still be down by almost $3,000, but
that's better than 7 or 8.
That is a lot better than almost $7,000. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll check in next Sunday with you, mate, and see how you're going. Loads of football to become over the next week. I can't wait to see where this top 8 starts to shape up after the next round. So we'll join you all next Sunday night. We drop our podcast every Sunday night. As we said, talkingsportreport@gmail.com. Give us a follow on all the socials, Talking Sport Report, and we'll see you next Sunday. Scotty, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for once again, my friend.
Thank you for having me. And to beat you to it, love you.